questioning, questioning. However that, I mean, there's so many methods, right? And this is really the methodless method for sure here, because really the only pointer is, if it's happening, be there. I mean, it's like that's as good as I got. That's just what is. Stop fighting with is. If it's happening, you're there. But, I loved Eckhart Tolle's maybe. Maybe. The mind would shoot off something intensely and perfectly designed to, like, come back from the edge. You're awfully close. And it would be like, maybe. I'll get back to you. Maybe. Because it was so benign and it had no, like, real juice to it. It was real easy. There's all the Byron Katie work. It's gorgeous. Is it true? Is that really true? We had one woman in retreat one time who declared that her mind was nothing but fake news. I was like, yours, mine, and everyone else's. Fake news. And that was like her wisdom that had risen for her own self, and it was very potent that way because it rose within her own firsthand witnessing. So she would say to herself, fake news. Fake news. She'd be out for a walk in the meadow and her mind would be telling her that her loved ones were scheming against her. And I mean, I don't know what all it was. She reported it hilariously. And fake news. Fake news. Here's many different things. This is the other thing. If you're on a raft, I mean, is this in the Diamond Sutra? It's somewhere, Paramita. The Buddha, if you're on the raft and the raft makes sense, it's getting you to the other shore, then stay on the raft. But once you reach the shore, don't pick up the raft, strap it to your back like a cross and start bearing it around. So different things, at least here, have made sense at different times. And I love that about this particular lineage because there's room for that. There's room for that. There's room for wisdom that arises within one's own deep devotion to questioning the concepts and identification. Making room for that clarity, that wisdom. And Adya's question is a beautiful question. How's that working for you? How's that working for you? You'd pretty much say it to everyone who came up to the microphone. I hear you, I understand, and how's that working for you? We're too vast to be cubbyholed. Is it Walt Whitman? I contain multitudes. It feels safer, strangely, for us an amount of time to rely on, even if it's a place that makes us really uncomfortable, an identity that we don't really actually enjoy, like a thing that we believe that brings us lots of frustration or, it doesn't really work very well for our lives, but we're super used to it. We will cling to it as a safety. When all that drops out, it is very disorienting because I don't know how it will be for you or how it is for you. Here, it was like it was cut off. So it was completely no longer available to like reach for a defense or reach for a condition or something, it was just gone. That was gone. And so it was just a free fall for a long time. And it felt like a free fall to the body, to all of it. I mean, even walking across the floor, it was like you just weren't sure it was going to hold together. Because that gets really clear, right? It gets really clear that there is no time. I mean, we even use the word now and moment, holy instant, to get as close as we can. But even that, as you begin to notice it, is where to go. Where to go. Where to go. Where to go. It is a free fall. That's the reality. And we get to play. We get to play with form. We get to play with it. But if we believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it as fundamental, essential. And you know, I'm not denying anybody's personal reality. It can really start sounding like that, and I apologize if it's sounding like that. When we're in something, you know, my mom just passed on May 1st. When that wave is here, there's no other place to be. I'm not spiritually above it. Who would there be to be spiritually above it? Who would that be? Who would that person be? Who is it that isn't where this is? It doesn't make any sense. There is nothing like that. There's no someone, somewhere. Experience, it just is what it is. And when there is no resistance as a self-centeredness, it comes and goes very purely, very freely, and I will say, enjoyably, grief included. Beauty. Beauty is everywhere, all the time. No matter what. And when that begins to be our agreed upon, realized, when we have intimately, just as like the cells in a physicality come together to form an embryo, and they start differentiating as a wholeness. You see the difference? Then there is creation. Creation from and as the animating power. It's just like differentiation of an embryo. And how the hell do those cells know to be a liver, a brain, a spinal cord, a this, a that? Through a conceptual mind? I'll tell you not, because it would be like, who's the best? And what looks best on me? You know, where can I get the most kudos and, you know, be the top dog? You know, no. That's not creation, that's arrogance. That's arrogance.